Hello, friends. Glad to see you. Okay, we're into November, which brings us around to Thanksgiving and Christmas, and as Christians, it's kind of a special time of the year. And these traditions, I think, are good. I don't care where you come from in the world. I think a time of Thanksgiving and reflection to God. Now, so you understand, the Mayflower came over and they were like Puritan Christians and all this stuff. And they came over, and you should kind of read the journals as they were, coming across. It was a rough trip. And they knew that before they left the European colony or countries to come over here and start again. They knew it was going to be tough. And they, in the journals, they kind of write about, hey, it's gonna be difficult, and we're gonna have this commune, and we're all gonna have to work together to survive, right? And the communal concept of, hey, you're really good at craftsmanship or building things. I'm good at, fishing or whatever. So the concept is pretty good. However, that's why they almost died, and it was because of starvation and the cold, right? So they decided, let's change this up, because if you grow more corn, or, you produce these many blankets, or build this fireplace and collect wood, well, you get ahead. And the next year they did really well. And this is the part that socialists don't understand, is when you're in an environment that doesn't give you any incentive to do anything. And I've been there. I've kind of seen how, I'm hustling and these three people aren't, yet they're getting paid the same. I've lost my drive. I want to get ahead. I want to, I want something more. And so I always had the work ethic, so I would do it, but it kind of turned me off. I was like, they get the same pay that I do, and, not to be a complainer. I mean, this is something that I was stuck in, right? It wasn't like I show up and 3 days later I expect to be president of the company. No, I know it takes hard work and everything, but I just, over a year and a half's time, we weren't going anywhere. None of us were going to go anywhere. All these people I worked with. And yet they got pay raises the same rate I did and everything. So that's kind of where I'm going with it, okay? But anyway, so we have Thanksgiving. It's thanking God for all the provisions. And really, truly, we don't take enough time to realize that, unfortunately, because I've been around a lot of different countries and seen things. And I mean, in the United States, we have a lot to be thankful for. It's until you lose it. It's like health. You just kind of walk around, you take it for granted. But you get really sick, and the only thing you want is to be better. And as we come into Christmas time, I always look at it as a season of giving. And as Christians, to me, I want to be a happy giver. Okay, that's the part you want to give, and for a reason. And here's my thought on it. 2 years ago, I was driving home from work. It's about 5:30. It's minus 5 degrees out. Pretty cold day. I see a guy walking on the side of the road. And he had a backpack, and I pulled over and asked him if he needed a ride someplace. And he had been out hitchhiking that day, and he was pretty tough shape. Pretty cold day, and he was heading up to his aunt's place to get a job and get some work and stuff. Guy didn't have a penny to his name. And I said to him, there, and he was familiar with it. Everybody kind of told him, hey, there's a place you can go. It's Union Gospel Mission, and they'll take care of you. And that's where I said, hey, I can take you down there, downtown. So I gave him a ride downtown and everything. And I told him I would wait to make sure everything was okay, that he could get in there. So he walked in, and he came back out and he said, yep, we're good to go. And I don't know how he ended up doing, but I'm sure they had him a place to stay, plenty to eat and everything. And I've always given money to this organization. And that's what it's kind of about, you know. People run into hard times and they need help. And the thing that I like about this organization, they never turn anybody back. They don't care who you are, and I like that. They're on a mission, and that's why I've always given to them. And I unfortunately I don't probably give enough. That's not on my conscience, but I think the season of giving is to charities or things that mean something to you. And it's kind of a way of telling God, hey, thank you. I trust you with my finances. I've got more than enough. Let's not be greedy. Let's be givers. Make sure people that maybe don't have a fortune as much as we do, at least they're taken care of. Don't let the government do it. The government will never get you any place, okay? We got to do it ourselves. We got to show the world who we are. Anyway, that's today's lesson.